Hello. If you are watching this video, you were probably a little bit stumped by problem number 10 on your 2.4 home link. And that is okay. It was a very challenging problem with some 3-digit numbers. So we're going to work through it together so that by the end you can walk away with a confident understanding. This practice was asking us to spot patterns and look for a rule. So one of the first things I do when I'm looking for a pattern is I try to notice if my numbers are increasing or decreasing, because that's going to be a big hint about what operation I might want to use. So I see from 425 down to 339 down to 253, it's always decreasing. And it's decreasing right up by quite a bit, right? The hundreds place is even changing. So it's decreasing by a lot. So if it's decreasing, I already know that my rule will either be a subtraction one or a division one. Well, we're going to test to see if we could find a subtraction rule. So if there would be a number that we could subtract by each time in our pattern, subtract by this number, and each time bring us to the new one. Now, they only give you every other number, which makes it more difficult, right? Because you kind of this is a big jump. You have to figure out what the halfway jump would have been. So I'm going to start by looking at the difference between the first number on my list, 425, and the third number on my list, or the second one they give me, 339. Let's find the difference between those first. I'm going to do some multi-digit subtraction, which I know you know how to do, so you should be doing this on your paper at home too to show all your work. We'll check, make sure we get the same thing. 6, and then I borrow. And okay, so I got a difference of 86. See if you agree with me, check my work. So now I know from 425 down to 329, that was a jump of 86 minus 86. So this number in between is going to be less than that. Well, let's see, we want it to jump evenly between all the numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split 86 in half. Okay. Now you might be saying, oh, that's a big division problem, but you can do this. Let's just break it apart. You know what 80 divided by 2 is. That's just 40 each, right? And then you also know what 6 divided by 2 is. 6 divided in half is 3 each. So now we add these up. Half of 86 is 43, which is true, right? Because 43 plus 43 would get me back to 86. Okay, so let's see if that rule would hold if we did minus 43 each time. Okay, so 425. Now I'm going to do 425 minus 43 to check if this is working. That would bring me down to 2. You know how to do this, so check at home. Make sure I'm not making mistakes. Teachers make mistakes too. 8. Okay, so that would have brought me to 382, right, in between. And now it's a pattern, so I would want it to be the same every time. So now I'm hoping when I subtract 43 again, I get to 339. 8, 7, 12. Double check at home that you're getting the same thing. Oh, yes! Cha-ching! This got me to 339, which was what I'm hoping for. I think we're on to something that minus 43 is our pattern. Now that we've given you that nice helpful hint, all right, I think my rule is minus 43. Now I need you to go confirm. Keep going using that rule and make sure it matches the rest of the way.